In this video, we're going to look at Business and Marketing Assessment Task 3, which is the creation of a business plan for your personal training business that you could start once you've completed this course. Now, there is a lot involved in this assessment task, and if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see that we've provided a template that you can utilise. So this template comes from the business.gov.au website, and we've just added the extra information at the start of this template that VFA is going to be looking at. If we scroll down, you'll see the VFA's information. You'll see a bit of a using this template guide that you can look at, and then you will see the actual document. So any of the text that's in italics is for you to fill in and add your own personal details. So in here, you just put in your business name. It is quite in depth, okay, so take your time to go through it and keep on referring back to it. So rather than have to keep on creating the same information, some of it will be asked in multiple places. You'll be able to go all the way down to the bottom of it, and it's going to have all the basics of your business. It's going to get you to analyse other people that are in the area, but then it's also got the finance section at the back. Now, the finance section is probably the part that is the hardest to complete. So just pick a figure of how many clients you would like to be seeing in a week and how much you're going to be charging, and then just fill it in as a rough approximation. So if we go back and have a look at what the task is asking for, you need to identify the following things. So what your business summary is and an mission statement. So what are you actually trying to achieve with the business? You need to include registration details. Now, if you haven't got a business actually set up, you can just make this up for now. You need to identify where the business is going to be located. So are you going to run it from home, or are you going to open it up in a factory or a shop front? So just put in some basics of that. You then need to include an organisational chart. So if you're going to be self-employed, obviously you're the only person you need to worry about with this. But if you're going to employ somebody, even just say as a receptionist, that needs to be included, or another personal trainer. You need to identify what insurances you will need to have as well, and look at who you're going to do them through and an approximate cost. So as an absolute minimum, you should be looking at professional indemnity insurance and public liability insurance. Other things that you could consider in that as well is association memberships as well. And does your association actually include insurance with it? Look at risk management. So what can you do to start to identify and work out ways to combat risks that you might come across? What legal considerations do you need to look at? So this comes from a perspective of you as an employer, if you're going to be hiring other people, what you might want to do for yourself, but also looking at local government and what they're going to allow you to do. So if you want to set up something from home, not all governments will allow that, and not all local areas. Look at what products and services you're going to be offering. So are you going to do one-on-one? Are you going to do group? Are you going to do small group, large group, boot camp style things? But then in addition to that, are you going to sell products? Okay, so you might want to sell some mobility tools. Look at your competition and market position. Okay, so who else in your area is offering the same kind of services that you were going to offer, and how much you stand out from them? Okay, what are they doing well? What are they not doing so well? And is there something that you could do to kind of fit into that niche? Look at different marketing strategies. So how are you going to market your business? Who do you want your ideal customer to be? Now, for some of you, that might be you're happy to do everybody. For other people, you might want to focus in on a specific group. You might want to work with athletes. You might want to work with pregnant women. You might want to work with children. You might want to look at it from more of a rehab perspective. Go over a SWOT analysis. Okay, so going over what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are your opportunities, and what are your threats, and try and come up with at least 2 different things that you can put in each of those categories. Look at your finances. So what kind of finance do you need to start up your business? What are your startup costs? What materials and products do you need as well? How many people do you want to be seeing a day, a week, okay, over a period of time? Other things to keep in mind with that as well, though, is to try and factor in things like annual leave. Okay, so still give yourself that 4 weeks off that you might need, which could include time off for any reason that you want, as well as if you were to get sick. Keep in mind as well things like public holidays and how something like Christmas or Easter might influence your business. Once you've got all of that, you'll be able to then set up a profit loss forecast and an expected cash flow forecast. If you do this assessment task correctly from the start, it can be a really big help for you when you do actually go out there and start up your business. So if you do have any questions with this, please chat with your trainer and they will be able to provide further information.